The creature in the burn.
Storm's on the floor.
How about a one-on-one? The fearless knows not fear. I won't do it. Too slow.
Destined for oblivion.
I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Time to cleanse the filth.
Never hesitate!
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Again?
Immortality means forever.
How about a one-on-one? The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
On still waters of oblivion.
Yeah.
Never hesitate!
Merciful Medicus.
How about a one-on-one? The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.
I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Allow me to purge the rope. Commencing support. Ready for another?
Fangs and claws. Never hesitate!
Immortality means forever.
How about a one? Fearless knows not fear. I won't do it.
Enemy targets detected. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
On still waters of oblivion.
Yeah.
Another blood debt repaid.
The creature in the...
Again?
Merciful Medicus.
How about a one-on-one? Never hesitate! Too slow.
Commencing support.
I won't do it.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Free will, or was it destined for oblivion? I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Never turn back. The path behind is gone. Stream 4. The gleam of old blades. Stream 4. Stream 4. The gleam of old blades. Stream 4. Gleam of old blades.
This ends here.
Ready for another?
Free will, or was it picking still waters of oblivion?
Allow me to purge the root. Time to cleanse the filth. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Is that all?
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
May the foul stench just
Is that all? Hope you're in the name of Len. A will forged in ice never falters.
Ready for another?
Free will, open still waters of oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
We have the upper hand.
Another journey begins.
Be of your body and mind.
Familiar.
Ready for another? Enemy targets detected.
This ends here.
Destined for oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Yeah. Ready Ready for another?
In the name of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Not good.
Familiar.
Hope you're prepared.
Commencing support.
Still waters of oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Time to cleanse the filth. Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Destined for oblivion.
The truth for everything in this world is bleeding. Not good.
Familiar. Free will, or was it fate? Still waters of oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Yeah.
Another blood debt repaid. Stream forth the gleam of golden winds.
This ends here.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another?
Destined for oblivion.
Be of your body and mind.
In the
Commencing
name of
support.
Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Familiar.
Hope you're prepared.
Ready for another?
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Yeah. Enemy targets detected.
Destined for oblivion.
Allow me to time to cleanse the filth.
How familiar.
Ready for another?
Free will, or what's on the still waters of oblivion?
Immerse yourself in it.
This ends here.
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.
Immerse yourself. Be of your body and mind.
In the name of Land, a will forged in ice never falters! Is that all?
Commencing support. Ready for another?
Still waters of oblivion.
May the foul stench dissipate. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Another blood debt repaid. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Stream forth, gleam of old blades.
In the name of Land, a will forged in ice never falters!
Enemy targets detected.
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Immerse yourself in it. Time to cleanse the filth. The truth burns everything in this world. It's bleeding.
Hope you're prepared.
Ready for another?
Still waters of oblivion.
Be of your body and mind. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
This ends here.
Destined for oblivion.
Yeah. Commencing support. Ready for another?
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Hope you're in the name of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Another journey begins. On the still waters of oblivion, I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Get it together.
This ends here.
Enemy targets detect. Ready for another?
Free will, or was it fate destined for oblivion?
Yeah.
Hope you're prepared. In the
Commencing
name
support.
of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
Another journey begins. On the still waters of oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Be of your body and mind.
This ends here.
Ready for another? Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Free will, or was it destined for oblivion?
Allow me to purge the root of the time to cleanse the filth.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy targets to.
On the still waters of oblivion. Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Breathe out the old and inhale the new.
Familiar.
Hope you're prepared.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
Be of your body and mind. Enemy targets detected. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion.
May the foul stench just hit. Commencing support. Ready for another?
This ends here. In the name of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
Time to cleanse the filth.
Another blood debt repaid.
go any further! Hey! Don't go any further!
Ugh. Do you even get?
Steer clear of trouble, and you can have all the fun you want. The family protects all guests.
What other uncontested markets are there in Penacone? What other uncontested
The family protects all guests.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
The ideas of Captain Colleen.
You all need to report this to the family.
Let's
I'm
make
curious,
dreams great again.
what might Mr. Benny... I'm curious, what
Let's
might
make dreams
Mr.
great
Benny's
again.
most...
Hey! Don't go any further!
Steer clear of trouble, and you can have all the fun you want.
The creature in the burner is...
How about a one-on-one? Never hesitate!
Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Another journey begins.
Time to cleanse the filth.
I venture forth forever.
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Free will, or was it fate on the still waters of oblivion?
May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Be of your body and mind. Commencing support. Ready for another? The truth for everything in this world is bleeding. Time to cleanse the filth.
I venture forth forever.
Triumphant!
Cha-cha!
Victory is inevitable! The fearless knows not fear.
Another journey begins.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Allow me to purge the root B of your body and mind.
Never hesitate! Too close. I won't do it.
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding. Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Show me what
Enemy
you can
data
do.
secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
The fearless knows not fear.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
What's going on? Why is it getting hot in the memorial?
You've noticed it too. Like, something is burning. Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
These are all charred remains.
They're still smoldering. The culprit can't have gotten far.
I suppose we can slow down for now.
Looks like this monster was slain by...
Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Life is a puzzle in and of itself. Seek, and you will find. Storms on the horizon.
Enemy targets detected.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Be of your body and mind.
This ends here.
Commencing support. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
That's half the work, destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
May the foul stench just... yeah!
On my mark! Not a step back!
Enemy targets detected.
In the name of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
Another journey begins. On still waters of oblivion.
Just give it up!
Time to cleanse the filth. Ready for another?
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
Commencing support.
Stay close! Here stands the Silvermane Guard!
Another journey
In
begins.
the name of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
On still waters of oblivion.
Allow me to purge the root. Yeah. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Is that all?
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly.
Hope you're prepared.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On still waters of oblivion.
Yeah. Enemy targets detected. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
In the name of Landau, a will forged in ice never falters!
Free will, or destined for oblivion.
Stay close! Not a step back!
This ends here.
Ready for another?
On still waters of oblivion.
Time to cleanse the filth. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Just give it up!
Commencing support.
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
Allow me to purge the... Yeah.
Hope you're prepared.
This aroma is much better. Spicy, stimulating. Something ominous has arrived.
In the name of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters!
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Do we still have the upper hand? Ready for another?
Another journey begins. On still waters of oblivion.
May the foul stench be of your body and mine. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
A will forged in ice never falters!
Free will, or was it destined for oblivion?
Immerse yourself. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding. Ready for another? Remember this moment.
On still waters of oblivion.
Yeah.
This ends here.
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.
Allow me to purchase. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Escalate the net.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Yeah. Commencing support.
Free will, or was it destined for oblivion?
Be of your body and mind. Enemy targets detected. Everything in this world is bleeding. Ready for another?
This ends here.
Sagacious discernment.
Another journey begins on the still waters of oblivion.
We caught them unawares.
Looks like this monster died of a hyperthermic reaction.
Something's off. These traces are fresh. Someone just left the scene.
I cannot reach a conclusion with so few clues.
Just listen to your gut. You were the one who said that.
From the memories of these carcasses, that person was tall and much stronger than an adult male. He entered through the door from the lobby and went farther into the hotel. I take back what I said. We have to hurry to that memory zone where Miss Firefly's presence was imprinted. If his goal is that place as well, there won't be anything left there. You two this way. I'll try to create a stable shortcut for you.
Stream 4. The gleam of old blades.
Look. Upon leaving the lobby, the structure has become chaotic. Phase through that corridor and be careful. Do not alert the moon.
Stream 4. The gleam of old blades. Don't forget to let your friends in on the action. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. This is truly...
Yes. More precise. Exactly what it means. You two may not be able to phase through physical structures like memo keepers, but it's really easy. See this shed? Still remember what I taught you? Feel the flow of the memoria. Walk up the wall, and then get close to it.
Seek, and you will find. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Don't forget to let your friends in on the action. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Seek, and you will find. 4.
Look, a solitary chain. Go say hello. Look, it's common sense and easy, right?
Are we jumping down from here?
Don't worry. I'll do something about it. Okay. Here we go.
We landed safely.
Don't imitate the Memo Keeper without the accompaniment of one. Wouldn't it be lovely if these nosy newcomers found their...
Is that all? Strengthen our... In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Commencing support. Ready for another?
Another journey begins.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.
Allow me to purge the root of your body and mind.
Again?
Enemy targets detected.
Is that all?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion.
May the foul stench yeah. Ready for another?
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Free will, or was it... Destined for oblivion.
Allow me to purge... The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Again?
Commencing support. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
No one will disturb us now. Here, how about I show you a little magic trick?
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Are you ready?
Is that... Firefly?
Yes. It's what this room left behind. The memories of her. As for the context, we'll need to sort that out.
That thing I encountered with my Trailblazer friend back then, if I'm not wrong,
She mentioned... your name.
Thinking of you even in your absence. She seems to be sharing her discovery with someone.
She has no idea that she'll become a victim.
If I could try again.
She stares at the screens.
Calm down, Fire.
She seems...
Yes.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Life is a puzzle in and of itself. Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
She thought she had escaped, but... She thought she had escaped.
Why did you... This isn't what we agreed on.
Gleam of old blades.
Why? The door... It won't open. It's a dead end.
Based on these fragmented pieces of information, it seems Firefly's companion betrayed her halfway.
She mentioned that this transaction involves the Watchmaker. They might have had their eyes on the legacy, or wanted to silence another who knew too much.
Do you mean... Firefly?
This is just the worst-case scenario. But think about it. If the mastermind behind all this is nearby, why would he let us look around? There's something else he cares more about and needs. Or should I? She had no other way to leave but from the side corridor.
The door...
Based on these fragments...
She mentioned that they might have had...
Do you mean...
There's something else.
There's actually a path here.
Unpredictable pathways pointing toward a wandering me. She was completely lost in the memory zone.
Stream forth!
It's an exit. Following this path should lead me out of this place.
Unfortunately, this path ultimately leads one to the lair of death. After that, it's the end.
Everyone, over there.
It seems like someone has been awaiting us. Ready to step into the spotlight now. Stellaron Hunter set.
Careful.
A Galaxy Ranger. And a Memo Keeper. Leave now and nobody gets hurt. Or else, all of you will die here. The detective game is over. You shouldn't be here.
Strengthen our defenses.
Enemy targets detected.
Free will, or was it fate? From the still waters of oblivion.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Be a pure body and mind.
I will set the seas ablaze.
In the name of Landa, a will forged in ice never falters!
Ready for another?
Destined for oblivion.
Yeah.
Once you're back in the real world, remember to tell Ed about the Stellaron Hunter, who was behind your ultimate departure. Underway to implementation.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The truth for everything in this world is bleeding.
Is that all?
Commencing support.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Now commencing. Earth operations.
Name of Len, a will forged in ice, never falters.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Step 1, implementation.
Not good.
Destined for oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Time to cleanse the filth. Enemy targets detected. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Another journey begins on the still waters of oblivion.
Yeah. Ready for another?
Incinerate and
Enemy data
detonate.
secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Step 1, implementation.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
This ends here. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice, never falters.
Free will, or was it destined for oblivion?
Time lot. Execution. Underway. Annihilation. Clean.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Hope you're prepared. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice, never falters.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
On the still waters of oblivion.
Be of your body and mind. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Now commencing. Gorgeous Earth operations. Step 2, implement. Step 1, implementation.
This ends here.
We have the upper hand.
Another
Enemy
journey
data
begins.
secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Hope you're prepared. A will forged in ice, never falters.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion.
May the foul stench dissipate quick. Yeah. The truth for everything in this world is bleeding. Enemy targets ready for another?
Incinerate and step 1, implementation.
This ends here.
Destined for oblivion.
Be of your body and mind.
Time lot. Execution. Underway.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Another journey on the still waters of oblivion.
Is that all?
If that's the case...
Leave the dance stage to them, my dear.
What a show. Well, thank you for your efforts, Memo Keeper. Quite a brilliant move to pit enemies against each other. When I first saw the Ranger and the Hunter together, my heart skipped a beat. I never thought you'd successfully trigger a conflict between the two.
As promised, I've delivered the child to you. Our transaction is complete.
Looks like our nameless friend over here is still confused. Let me explain. In short, you need to thank this lady here, my friend. Not only did she not betray you, on the contrary, she rescued you. From that Galaxy Ranger. Right. I did, my friend. Let's be honest. That woman named Acheron isn't as simple as you thought. Did she say she's a Galaxy Ranger? She's actually an emanator who brings death and finality. Let me give you some IPC insider information, my friend. Do you know... Nicely done. As expected. This Duke Inferno is a fire demon from Fetora. He's an energy life form, and it's rumored that his birth is related to a certain genius. He and his thugs formed Everflame Mansion, and viewed Nanook as their savior. In actuality, they were led by this Duke to go around burning and looting, practicing the will of destruction. I'm not sure what the family... family was thinking, or perhaps someone was scheming behind the scenes. But, shockingly, these characters received an invitation. And why would the Everflame Mansion decline? But there's no need to worry. They won't be able to attend. Do you know why? Because Ifrit is dead. They were eliminated on their way. The assailant, demonstrating remarkable expertise, ruthlessly ended Ifrit and swiped the invitation that the Annihilation Gang had in their possession. Thereafter, a mysterious Galaxy Ranger arrived on Penacone, checking into the hotel with only a music box. Do you Galaxy Rangers come and go like shadows, and there's little communication between them. Her story is almost too perfect. If she remains silent, there's... So, my friend, the choice is yours now. You can leave this place immediately, without looking back, and forever forsake the chance to get close. Or, you can accept my invitation and learn a truth. A truth potent enough to upend everything in Penacone. I need your help, so I'll wait. But not for long. Once you are... As for aligning with me, see the truth first, then decide. You'll still have time.
Acheron is the emanator of a particular eon? Can I really believe Aventurine? But he gave me a choice. Maybe I should talk...
My. You look like a small, injured animal. Are you still willing to talk to me? Of course, I'm still willing to... My take on this might surprise you. In my view, he's a trustworthy individual. Not for any other reason, but because he's an exceptional businessman. In this vast universe, no one values... But always be on guard. Particularly when making agreements with him. Scrutinize the details. Beyond the confines of... I admit I made a transaction with that gentleman to bring you before him. He needs you. It's essential if we want to reclaim Penacone. Recognizing his immense potential in Penacone, everyone may be lying. And yes, that includes me. I can't, but do you still remember? I said, the Garden of Recollection wants to witness the future of the Astral Express trailblazing the cosmos. And as for these memories, I still believe that Miss Firefly's situation is deeply connected with the Stellaron Hunter, just as we speculated. I can't fathom why he'd draw that conclusion, but given his access to the IPC's intelligence network, we should seriously consider his perspective. Moreover, I believe Miss Acheron is also hiding something. No. In fact, I should say she's hiding everything from us. It was an unexpected finding from an earlier encounter. With regards to the Annihilation Gang, I can also prove that what eventually... That's why, during this golden soiree, she is the dance's centerpiece. Why, of course. But now is not the time. I know you're confused. And sad. Whoever that girl might have been, a living soul, a memory that was meant to last. No matter what, I hope you can trust Aventurine. Or rather, trust me and see the truth. I will protect you. Once I gather more info for the truth, and to prevent more unnecessary sacrifice. Perhaps he plans on doing so, but I won't. The Garden of Recollection has eyes everywhere. If he wants to hurt you, he'll have to fight against the Memo Keepers. I've warned him. Later, I'll stay by your side as a memetic entity, just in case.
Go and meet Aventurine, or I could still choose not to help.
Bring forth the gleam of old blades.
Excellent. I knew you would come. By the way, about that Memo Keeper, I've said before you can liaise with your companions, or even twist the narrative against me. I don't do deals where I'm on the losing end. So, please, this way, if you will. Oh, right. I remember mentioning something after that. What was it again? A familiar hallway, a familiar room. Do you remember? This is it. Just beyond this door. Oh, I remember. My friend. Tell me, doesn't this feel... I remember everything now. Look, friend. The game has already begun. Allow me to make you an offer. One you can't refuse. No reason to choose otherwise. And no other choices.
Brother, I'm back.
Welcome back. How...
It's fine.
It's fine? No, this is not good. You're the pride of the family.
No. Brother, you seem to be in low spirit. What's happened? Is it because of the Watchmaker's guest list?
Yes. I received the report that... death had taken some of them. I'm sorry. I forgot you just came back. You probably... Somehow, a nightmare called Death has descended upon Penacone, striking indiscriminately, bringing spiritual in the utopian dreamscape envisioned by the family. Such sorrowful incidents shouldn't arise. It profoundly undermines the equilibrium and serenity of the dreamscape.
I can't believe this has happened. Was someone killed again?
Yes. There were two. One was a stowaway, the other was you. That's enough, fool. Your deeds have saddened me.
Pretty sharp, aren't you, chicken-winged boy?
The Odes of Harmony talks about honesty. The words of a fool begins with foolish... Please, leave. Their dreamscape doesn't...
Oh, come on, lighten up. Why so serious with all the quotations? I'm just curious. Now things have come to this. Is the family still unwilling to fight? Really? Don't tell me you're not craving a little vengeance.
It's not yet time. When the fated day arrives, I shall mete out just...
Wow, you can endure that much? Truly a heart of ice you've got there. Hey, maybe we could actually... How about this? I'll stand in for your dear sister at events. Surely you don't want the world to hear the Charmony Festival's been called off.
The family has a plan. And do not...
All right. Just putting it out there. If you're ever in a pinch, remember, I've got your back. I mean, who could resist a guy rocking spikes on his wing?
There's no need. The malefactor has been exposed under the... Should the transgressor fail to turn away from this path, their sword will be honed, their bow strung, and when that time comes, the heathen will realize they're but a mere and I will join their vanguard.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Ranger was an outsider this whole time? PC. Penacone has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable, breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacone. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with that. I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacone for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble, and that's not fair, right? So then, friend. That's fine. I'm not forcing you, but I'm really not asking for much, so why don't you at least hear me out? I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions. And that's why I need you all. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And I get to put it Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always... So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is...
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But eventually, he doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on, and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely. But you're talking about real evil. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring... As for the other question... Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in... But without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of two possibilities. The collapse of Penacone's dreamscape has started speeding up. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a stowaway. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost. This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is lie. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just... But follow your heart, and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf. I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you. Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
This is ridiculous! How come I keep bumping into you?
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
It appears the outcome has already been.
You're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no...
Vatora's fire demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You couldn't... We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy, until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die, just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white hot. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities?
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have, Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here,
bound. Destruction is intense, but brief. Too cravenly claim.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists. Justice, even sweet dreams may be born of the void. The so-called impossible.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire.
A bottomless stream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this, so it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I've also been wanted by the IPC, so maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why Rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So... I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet tough. I don't need help. But I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're
already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next, then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan.
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the... I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on. I... don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was... do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan.
I'm sorry.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something.
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacone's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first...
All the while accusing that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle.
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well...
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while he appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as we also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting a...
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. No, I can't accept forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use it.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacone for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? The existence of death. It's gotta be something. I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling events. He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem. Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone. However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression? That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's...
I really love
Checked off the list.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive because... aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone whenever I see the Grand Theater... no. After all, they've brought everyone this. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now.
Among our current clues, the 2 murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation?
How about we split off into 2 groups? There are still some things worth
focusing on.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together.
I will. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacone.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacone.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacone is solely to fulfill I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything.
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacone dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacone may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim to Mr. Yang. I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me, and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? Because the conversation coming up will last.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a
Really? But I don't taste.
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist, an aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch, this music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted.
They sought refuge in a land of sleep. Children of the flame.
She won't be necessary.
When have those
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacone. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacone and spend an unforgettable. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone.
A few days ago, the IPC, under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the the formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes.
Sigonia. Sigonia. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but... You promised us a land when you took his father. My child. What? I don't ask for a peaceful death. Otherwise...
Mommy! 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 The rain! It is rain!
Keep... Let your... and your scheme...
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a...
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic... To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I did. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the... Besides Robin, there was... another body.
2 murder cases? This murderer is a psycho. And I have to say, the case does it's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. What should we do?
Incredible gambler. Have you already...
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward... Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, if that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. But she died.
A complete and utter loss. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, had...
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat.
A probability. Yes, it exists, but if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, that man wants...
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role.
Fine. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and... Without any further ado, let's set off.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanic.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary...
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see.
Follow me, and I'll bring you to his...
You two, that's a place of business. No intrigue.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio.
Excuse me.
The one on your head. Of course, it's...
Right, and as I mentioned...
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family.
It seems like the idiocy...
A dead end?
The door is shut tight.
I mean, they're...
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape. On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had...
Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look. A reward with no risk? I'll take it. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Stream forth. Gleam both blades.
Storm's on the horizon.
It'll heal. All of it.
High stakes. High rewards. Spend freely.
This ends here.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another? Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Still waters of oblivion.
Watch your head.
Oh.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Is that all?
On the still waters of oblivion.
Watch your head.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
Hedge your bets.
Hope you're prepared.
How familiar.
No dirty trick. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Hasten. We've hardly destined for oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Sure, I'll play along. It's on me. Watch your head.
This ends here.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Ready for another?
This ends here.
Destined for oblivion.
Enemy targets detected.
Hedge your bets.
Hope you're prepared. It'll heal.
Is that all?
On the still waters of oblivion.
Commencing support. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
How familiar.
Watch your head.
Enemy targets detected.
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
I hit the mark.
Commencing support.
On the still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Sure, I'll play along.
This ends here.
Enemy targets detected.
Hedge your bets.
Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.
The dice have been
been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Commencing support.
In the name of Landa, a will forged in ice never falters!
Oh! I hit the mark.
Still waters of oblivion.
Enemy targets detected.
Hope you're prepared.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Sure, I'll play along.
Destined for oblivion.
Commencing support.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy targets detected.
Again. Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
Ready for another?
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
In the name of Landau, a will forged in ice never falters!
How familiar.
Hedge your bets.
This ends here.
Commencing support.
Another journey begins.
Fortune follows luck, just like it always does.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Ready for another?
Still waters of oblivion.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Time to cleanse the filth. The truth for everything in this world. It's bleeding.
No dirty tricks already.
Enemy targets detected.
Spend freely. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Oh.
Destined for oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Be of your body and mind.
Another blood debt repaid.
6 nightingales facing in different directions. They are.
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales.
Feeling lucky. Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I...
Really?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, impressive. Well, so much for Miss...
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect Penacone. Stop wasting your time nitpicking the family here.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death.
Familiar. Not good.
It's on me.
Get it together.
No dirty tricks, all right?
Ready for another?
Another journey begins.
Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.
Be of your body and mind. You're a stubborn one.
Watch your head.
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Free will, or was it fate? Still waters of oblivion.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Not good.
All in.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off!
Ouch! Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack!
That's half the work. On the still waters of oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Be of your body and mind.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
I hit the
Enemy
mark.
data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Watch your head.
Time to make a decision.
Sure, I'll play along.
On the still waters of oblivion.
I hit the mark. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off! Oh.
Get it together.
Destined for oblivion.
We have the upper hand.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Ready for another? Be of your body and
Hedge your
mind.
bets.
Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. We have the upper hand.
Another journey begins. On the still waters of oblivion.
Allow me to purge the root. Time to cleanse the filth. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Sure, I'll play along.
Be of your body and mind. Ready for another?
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
An unsurprising win.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another?
Hedge your bets. Spend freely.
Still waters of oblivion.
Be of your body and mind.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Ready for another?
Watch your head. No dirty tricks, all right? Ah.
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
We have the upper hand.
Hedge your bets. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. A reward with no risk? I'll take it. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table. A reward with no risk? I'll take it.
Stream 4.
I hit the mark.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Ah.
Ready for another?
Destined for oblivion.
Time to cleanse the filth.
No dirty tricks, all right? Oh! Hedge your bets.
Still waters of oblivion.
Sure, I'll play along. Ah.
How familiar. Destined for oblivion.
Immerse yourself in it. Be of your body and mind.
We have the upper hand. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The dice have been cast.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off! Watch your head! I hit the mark.
Yeah. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Oh! That's half the work. On the still waters of oblivion.
Hedge your bets.
Ready for another?
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Time to cleanse the filth.
Another blood debt repaid. Stream forth. Lethal.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. We have the upper hand.
Free will, or was it fate? On the still waters of oblivion.
Be of your body and mind. The truth burns everything in this world is bleeding.
Watch your head!
Again?
Sure, I'll play along.
Destined for oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off! Watch your head!
Immerse yourself in it. Time to cleanse the filth.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another?
On the still waters of oblivion.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Be of your body and mind. The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Watch your head!
No. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Ready for another?
Spend freely.
Desperate for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Watch your head. It's on me. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
From still waters of oblivion.
Yeah.
Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Spend freely.
Everything in this world is bleeding.
Desperate for oblivion.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Again?
Watch your head.
From still waters of oblivion.
Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
High stakes, high rewards.
Commencing support.
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Be a pure body and the truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Component damage.
No dirty trick. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head. I hit the mark.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Allow me to purge the root of time to cleanse the filth.
Another journey from still waters of oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Another blood debt repaid. Seek, and you will find.